center because Sampson's got that great speed to get out and fill a lane, the third lane, the toughest wing position to really consistently fill to get a fast break going. Sampson's got the speed to get out there and really put a test on any power forward that's going to play him.
All right, Akeem Olajuwon standing next to Larry Bird. I mean, he has got a heck of a knee brace on his right knee. He really does. It's like Dan Marino. Robert Parrish stole the tap, didn't he?
Didn't get up to his elbow. There's the knee brace. Look at that thing. I used to wear one of those things, not as glamorous or probably as lightweight as that one.
Ainge is going to pick up Allen level. McHale has got Olajuwon. Sampson shooting the outside is short. Bird's got it. So they switch up the defense at least on that trip, John.
Well, Olajuwon's going to take McHale too.
Dumps it off and nobody's home. And he looked like he might have had a layup there.
Yeah, and Sampson was reluctant to really do anything about that penetration. Should have taken a shot.
Go low to Sampson this time. He spins on Parrish, and Roberts going to pick up his first foul.
Robert does not want to let Sampson get off and running quickly. You know, I think a lot of people believe that if you can kind of take and do a number on Sampson's head early in the ball game, perhaps you can really take him out of the entire ball game.
Sampson's played much better in the center position than the forward position this year. Averaging about 5 or 6 points a game more in games he starts at center. Also averaging another couple of rebounds.
Well, that's because I think he took more shots and there's more focus on him scoring on the inside game. When when Olajuwon is in there, Olajuwon gets the shots.
Level the rebound, and he's looking to start a break. He's got Lloyd and finds him. Good play by Lloyd to dump it off, and Olajuwon will get two. The feed from McCray.
They get that fourth man up there pretty quick, too.
Parrish over Sampson. McHale, the weak side rebound. Olajuwon the block. Count it, though. Goaltend on Olajuwon.
Well, there's an example of Olajuwon looking for the block and forgetting McHale, and McHale taking perfect advantage of it, get that offensive rebound.
Lewis Lloyd, the quick shot top of the key. Bird tracks it down. Self's looking for the top. 10:50 to play in the first. Parrish has got two.
And as they say, there ain't no reason, Bill Fitch, for Parrish to beat one of those big guys down the court.
Lewis Lloyd, the quick pull-up on the other end. McHale wants to work on Olajuwon. It's slapped away, and here comes Lloyd. McCray lost it on the way up, and they say it's going to be Houston ball. Looked like that might have gone off McCray, but Bruce Alexander said no.
Well, you better get back very quickly against this Houston team. The third man gets up very fast, as does the fourth man. Olajuwon sometimes gets right out there and becomes a wingman himself, even from the center spot.
McHale sends his jump shot back at him and throws it away into the backcourt. Lloyd, that could be a backcourt violation. Dennis Johnson raced him to the ball. Kevin McHale, though, excellent play there, Kevin.
Well, here's McHale, who's a fine defensive player, forces Akeem to go away, and then has his hand right on the ball.
Bird pops out, takes it through.
Oh, boy. Beautiful fake pass to Parrish. That rooted Olajuwon, made him stay with his man and forget about the block. That's where the judgment of those two guys is in question.
Ainge, screen there by Olajuwon. That shot, it looked like, but a foul is going to be called, and I think McHale is going to get it.
Service foul was on number 32, Kevin McHale, his first.
They work those two guys an awful lot. If they don't have the fast break, it's going inside. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the Celtics, because this is not a notoriously good outside shooting team. Start to develop double teams, triple teams. Take the ball out of the hands of the likes of Akeem and Sampson.
Rolls in the second. Houston by 1. Celtics never led here in the early going. 9:30 still to play though in the first. That is the real early going. Olajuwon just waiting for that pass.
He's got great quickness.
Lewis Lloyd to the hoop, and he got it.
Looks like the Rockets have come to play, I'll tell you.
I'd say so.
They're ready.
Parrish spins and gets Sampson in the air. Won't go down for him. Olajuwon off quickly to Lloyd. Nice outlet pass to half court, and Lloyd is going to get the basket and a foul on Dennis Johnson.
I'll tell you, they will push it as far as you will let them push it. And you got to take them and angle them off the basket. Here's DJ trying to do exactly that. He doesn't quite angle them off enough because by the time he releases his defense, Lloyd's looking right at the hoop.
7 points for Lloyd, who is the leading scorer in this game. 7 of Houston's 12. And the crowd now starting to get in this a bit.
And the Celtics inside game has not really started to percolate.
A little runner from Larry comes up short. Rebound on Sampson.
They're faking at Larry Bird, letting him take the shot.
McCray. McHale got a piece of that kind of running hook from McCray, and here comes Ames. Up quickly to McHale. Kevin. Yes, and a foul.
Now you see the flip side of all that aggressive pushing up the floor offense. Nobody gets back on defense. Here's McCray, and watch what happens on the block. McHale is already up the court, and Sampson way late getting back, as was Akeem.
Ames the rebound of McHale's free throw miss. And the Celtics can get to 2 here. Go low to Parrish. Spins on Sampson. Nice move, but it won't go down. Loose ball. He's got it. Changes the leg out of bounds to be Houston ball.
Celtics not producing those inside points, and they're trying to make them really click in that department. Put some heat on Sampson and Olajuwon's defense.
Olajuwon will take the over the top of the rebounding end.
Even though he knocked Larry Bird down, once he shoots the ball, he's going to the boards. He's one of those quick rebounders. Watch Akeem. He'd taken the shot, and as soon as it was off and away, he knew it was going to miss, and he started for the rebound. Larry Bird, good block out to take that defensive rebound.
Lloyd up on DJ, who spun right away from him. Ames the rebound. Can't hit the fall away, and Sampson pulls it down. Loops it ahead for Level. Lewis Lloyd, good pass back, but McCray couldn't handle it. Right in the numbers. Yep. Bird trying to get inside on McCray. They go to Parrish instead.
First time Sampson played Robert. Robert didn't know quite what to do with Sampson. Never seen anybody that big playing before.
Sampson coming back, it won't go down, but Olajuwon's there for 2.
Good muscle job that time by Olajuwon to keep McHale off that board.
14-10 Houston. Here it is again.
As Akeem, who kind of just nudges him away enough to create enough room to get the rebound and then the stuff.
Again, Parrish. Celtics are really looking to go to the truth tongue.
Put the heat on Ralph Sampson. Make him play a little defense. Bad gamble that time by Sampson.
Level will try outside.
You know, Level may even be a better outside shooter than Lucas. Might help this team, but in that regard. But I don't think he's as good a ball handler and evaluator of situations.
McCray right up on Bird. Larry now has him isolated one-on-one. Finds DJ in the baseline. Good fake. No foul is called. Level takes the pull-up and nails it on the other end.
I tell you, that should have been a foul. And Casey Jones is up, ready to really storm at Bruce Alexander.
Bird slinks through, won't go down. McCray the rebound.
Looks like they're going to let the Animals play tonight. I mean, there's a lot of banging, no foul.
Sampson to the hoop. Yep. Houston by 8. Celtics haven't been down by 8 in about a month. 5:55 to go here in the first quarter. And Casey Jones is going to take a timeout. The Houston Rockets are going to make Monday night interesting. They're up by 8.
Going to see the big guys of the Celtics really hustle up the court and outrace the two big guys who are much faster than the Celtics big people. But here's Parrish on a poor defensive play by Sampson. Bad gamble. Shouldn't go out and try and make the steal over the top that far out.
You see what the Rocket backcourt has been doing so far. Celtics, Danny Ainge and Dennis Johnson are combined 0 for 4 so far. Here's Danny open baseline. Good look for McHale.
Double team me, will you? Says Larry Bird.
Level launches one. And I think there's going to be a foul on Rodney McCray over the back of Larry Bird.
Rockets foul was on number 22, Rodney McCray, his first personal foul.
Well, it shouldn't be so surprising that the Celtics backcourt isn't scoring right now, as most of the game plan has been for the big guys. Get that ball in the post.
Bird isolated again on McCray as everybody's over the other side of the floor. Harry just takes it in. New Holland's going to call outside, and that's going to go against Ralph Sampson on the reach-in, I believe. That's not the kind of foul they want Sampson to pick up, coming reaching in on a double team.
That's what is known as the dumb foul.
The dumb foul, huh? McHale over Peterson just in. DJ. Peterson is in now for Olajuwon. Level pops out. Ainge has got him. Looking back door for Sampson.
Yep. As soon as you try and block his cut to the middle, he just releases and heads to the basket. And he's so big, they lob it up there. Have to play him very, very nicely.
Bird just right around McCray. Right around him.
No double team that time. McCray good play, got beat.
He was rooted to the floor. Level outside. Rebound Parrish. Up half court to Danny Ainge. Got McHale and Bird ahead of him. Baseline Bird looking for the cutter. Larry wants to take him in again, and I think the reach-in foul is going to go, or a bump foul, one of the two. McCray's got the hands on the hips like he's not happy with the call. And he got the foul. His second. Olajuwon's going to come back in. Peterson will go right to the bench.
Well, Parrish nor McHale were able to work their matchups too effectively, so the Celtics have elected to stick Larry Bird in the low post and see what he can come up with. So far, it's been a hoop, beautiful pass for a layup, 2 free throws, so not bad strategy coming out of that huddle.
Celtics back to within a deuce here after Houston had opened up an 8-point lead. Boston on an 8-2 run. Sampson putting it on the floor, then leaving it to level. Olajuwon won't go down. Parrish is right there. Here comes Ainge looking to run. Getting tail ahead of the pack again. Danny the pull-up. Tied at 22.
Good shot by Danny Ainge as McHale was steaming in for the offensive rebound should he have missed. And Fitch wants a timeout.
Sure does. 3:33 left to play here in the first. Boston's evened it at 22.
Robert Parrish playing excellent deny defense, but a little bit too strong deny as he got into the passing lane and forgot to maintain contact. And here you see it from another angle, and already the ball is away and up in the air, and Sampson right there for the cram, but up the other end of the court. Mr. Everything. Swooping move around Rodney McRae. And Rodney plays some staunch defense. That's no easy move for Larry Bird.
No changes for Houston. Ditto for Boston. 3:29 to play here in the first. That's McRae with the ball. Bird's got him. Ainge is over on the level. There goes Sampson back door again. He goes over the head.
Level saying, boy, there's nothing to this playmaking stuff,
That's right.
is there? Just lob it up there near the basket.
I wonder if Lucas had so many assists here. Huh? They double teamed and Larry found DJ, but he couldn't put it down. Nice hustle by Dennis on the rebound. He causes a jump ball. It's an elbow up the side of the head. But
what's one bump more or less, Dennis? Here's Sampson rolling off Parrish again, who's still trying to deny, but loses contact with his man. That's called a backdoor play. And you better not lose contact with your man. You got to hold him with your hand, even though you get called for foul. Well, you're going to end up with those easy hoops like Sampson just got.
Sampson and DJ will do it again, and Olajuwon's got it quickly to level. Parrish back to shut off the lane.
What a feeling of futility jumping against Sampson.
Olajuwon. This offensive move.
It looked good, but McHale never got faked out. He was hanging on a shoot man the whole time.
Inside, Robert the jump hook, it doesn't go, and Olajuwon lost it. Oh, no, he didn't.
I'll tell you, Sampson was right on Parrish's shot.
There's Sampson the other way, and he nails the jump hook.
Boy, oh boy.
First in double figures with 10. Houston opens up a 6-point lead after Celtics got back to 2.
I'll tell you, he's playing a whale of a game, this Ralph Sampson.
Bill Walton's getting up now off the Boston bench. DJ outside. Won't go down. Lewis Lloyd the rebound. Olajuwon's in the middle on the break. Lloyd goes all the way and hits.
Danny forced him to take a tough shot, but means nothing to Lewis.
Lloyd is 4 for 4 in the game. Under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Houston again by 8. It's been their biggest lead. Parrish. Air ball taken by McRae.
I tell you, Sampson was beautifully on that shot by Parrish.
Lloyd, nice little move on the baseline. He gets 2 more. 11 now for Lloyd and a 10-point lead. 10 straight since the timeout.
Boston's inside game has deserted them.
Bird will try deep and hit. 3 points for Larry Bird.
McRae right there with him.
Olajuwon, a couple of fakes and he lays it in.
Boy, they're moving that ball up so quickly that a double team never even gets a chance to develop. I'm surprised the Celtics aren't really concentrating on double teaming.
Just putting some points on the board. McHale got free and hit off the glass.
And yet, Olajuwon still bothered McHale's shot from the weak side. Well, they're moving their feet on defense tonight, these Rockets.
There goes Olajuwon again. That's Trout. Thought so.
Well, the double teams of the Celtics are much too late developing. They're not even coming close to bothering the big people of the Rockets.
Bill Walton now in to see what he can do as Robert Parrish heads to the bench. Walton out high to throw a screen on McRae. They leave Bird alone. Rebound McHale. Hits the follow-away.
Big hoop.
Level right back, and it goes.
Say it, you just can't. You've got to make them pull the ball up around the head of the key. You can't let them bring it down around the foul line, or they're going to find a way to take it strong to the hoop.
Celtics now looking for the final shot here in the first quarter. DJ will take it with 4 on the clock. McHale the rebound. No. Rebound Olajuwon. And Houston will walk off the floor after 1, leading by 7. Our score at the Garden as Casey Jones looks for the troops to come back. 36-29 Rockets. Welcome back to the Boston Garden, everybody. Mike Orman along with Tom Heinsohn. There are the numbers for the first quarter. 30 shots is impressive, but after that, it's not.
Well, the inside game did not work for the Celtics. They really tried to power it in there to 16 for 25, primarily on easy hoops, off fast break baskets, push-up fasts, and quick hitters, post-ups, before the defense could get set. Sampson and Olajuwon taking advantage of that, getting up the floor fast, posting up quick before the help defenders, the guards of the Celtics, could get back double team.
Jerry Seasting in the lineup now for Boston with Dennis Johnson, Bill Walton, Larry Bird, who'll fire from the corner. Long rebound is taken by McCray. In trouble, but he gets it back. Houston is going with kind of an iron five here. Aside from Peterson, who came in for about a minute or two, Bill Fitch still has his starters on the floor.
Well, that may hurt him.
Bird, the quick hands on that pass, but Olajuwon gets it back and then double dribbling.
They didn't teach him double dribbling over there in Nigeria.
That was allowed, huh? McCray continues to shadow Bird. Inside McHale, fall away doesn't get on, and McCray's got it.
Yeah,
Olajuwon with the hand on it originally.
Sampson really made him alter his shot. And look at that. Power, push up fast. And here's Dennis trying to match him.
13 first half points for Lewis Lloyd.
I mean, you got to get all over the outlet pass and slow down the, zip the ball up the sideline. If you got the middle covered, you got to get on those people and stop them. Don't let them advance the ball as quickly as they've been doing.
Scott Wedman is up at the scorer's table about to come in for the Celtics. Lloyd trying to rub Dennis Johnson off on a pick. Gets it back. Rebound to DJ. Looking and finding Seasting at half court. Bird's ahead of him. Nice move by Jerry and a great pass by McHale. Kevin with a dozen to lead all Boston scorers, but they're still down 7. 10 left to play.
If the Celtics could fast break a little bit themselves, fast breaking teams don't like to be fast broken against.
DJ, nice hand. Level threw it right in there. Boston a 3-on-3 break here. Dennis has got a level alone. Got him in the air and the contact, and will be at the line. Wedman in. Larry Bird will sit down for the first time tonight. Bird had 9 in the first quarter. Robert Reed is going to make his first appearance of the night for Houston.
Well, I wonder, this Iron Man crew that Bill Fitch has out there, now you're seeing another substitution. Robert Reed coming in for McCray. But if you're going to try and fast break and push it up every single time on misses and mades, you're going to sap the stamina of your ball club. You better rotate your people. Well, this may be having an effect, the fast pace of his first quarter on the Rockets.
Dennis Johnson, the leading rebounder in the game right now for the Celtics, with 4 in the game, but he's 1 of 7 from the field. Nails the second one. Inbound violation against Houston.
Yes, but look at what they try to do off a made free throw, and they almost caught the Celtics napping. As the ball goes through, and Sampson, his foot is still in bounds, and it's up quickly. It got to Lewis Lloyd, and Wedman was just about getting into the picture.
There's a timeout on the floor. 9:54 left to go here in the first half. Houston by a half dozen.
Some people call it fast break basketball. I call it offensive pressure basketball. You'll see how quickly they convert a rebound into the attack area. Immediately, Dennis Johnson under the gun, and Lewis Lloyd strong to the hoop before the total amount of white jerseys back there to defend the hoop. So they're putting the ball in your face as quickly as possible.
Lewis is having himself a game. He's got 13. There you see the backcourt scoring, shooting, and the score, which is the 6-point Houston margin, make it 4.
Well, The inside game is not producing. Let's make a few from outside. I think that might be the best avenue of approach right now for the Celtics.
Scott Wedman has got Robert Reed. DJ again picking off a pass, but this time Olajuwon got it. Sampson hits baseline.
Sampson from my team, Olajuwon.
A dozen for Sampson, 9 for Olajuwon, 13 for Lloyd. Solid scoring to the bow. McHale dumps it off, but Scott wasn't ready for it.
Team intimidated McHale. That doesn't happen often.
Underneath Olajuwon, and a good foul by Wedman.
They are playing some kind of team basketball. As soon as somebody picks up the trailer, look at what happens. And it goes to Akeem. And those big guys, if they get up the court quickly and a guard has to pick them up, watch out. It's 2 points.
Robert Parrish back in, and this time Kevin McHale is going to sit down for Boston. So Parrish and Walton will play together. You see the first draft pick out of Houston in 1984. Great shot blocker, this kid. You eliminate the Mark Eatons and the Newt Bowles of the world, and this kid is...
He's a legitimate defender,
yeah,
in there. And he can play offense, something that neither one of the other two can do.
Wedman, quick pop out, and hits.
I don't think those other two guys know the ball is round yet. Minute and Eaton. Although Eaton's getting better.
We'll see Minute later this week with the new coach Kevin Locker. Oh, there goes Sampson. Missed the layup.
I'll tell you, that was lucky.
Had a lot of room there, didn't he? Seaston. Blocked by Lewis Lowe. Level. Nice play. Tip it ahead to himself. Olajuwon. Walton is there with a great defensive play. Wedman got it. Bill Fitch is sprinting up and down the other sideline.
Put that in the can for Grandma. That was one of the great all-time defensive plays.
Sure got the crowd in this game. Walton is really pumped underneath there. You see him top of the screen with Olajuwon. Level sneaks through for 2.
Well, the guards will have to really stop the penetration because Walton and Parrish cannot afford to lay off Sampson or Olajuwon.
DJ still can't hit. Sampson and rebound. Out to Lloyd again.
That was walking.
Sure was.
That was walking.
Got the tap, though.
That was walking.
15 points now for Lewis Lloyd.
But they're getting fantastic outlet passes. They're getting the ball all the way up to past half court on the first pass out off the rebound. Celtics guards have to go out and challenge the outlet man.
Robert Reed is going to be called for holding Scott Wedman as he was trying to cut through underneath. Look at Case, who has been up and active over on the Boston side of things.
You know, one of the ways of stopping a fast break team is get all over the rebounder. When it's Ralph Sampson, that's a man-sized job. At 7'4", he can look over almost anybody that's going to try and double team him.
Olajuwon is called for the foul as Bill Walton took it strong to the hole. Steve Harris is going to check into the ball game. A rookie out of Tulsa, and he will replace Lewis Lloyd. Here's a look at Harris, a player the Celtics had talked about drafting a lot at the end of last year. We've got a timeout on the floor. 7:17 left to play here in the half. Houston by 8.
Seasting puts a heck of a move on level, but look how quickly the ball gets up, and now Walton just takes away the attack angle on Akeem and makes a beautiful defensive play, and the Celtics convert up this end with Wedman's little jump in the lane. And I'll tell you, you need a lot more good defensive plays against the fast break than the Celtics are producing tonight. The Rockets really pushing that ball quickly up the court. Good outlet passes. And ever ready to take it to the hoop.
All right, Bill, now for the second of 2. A chance to get the Celtics within a half dozen.
You know, a lot of people think that the weakness of the Celtics, if they do have one, is lack of overall team speed. And this is the type of team that might be able to exploit it with all the quickness that big people have.
A lane violation.
Will Fitch is surrendering. He's surrendering twice.
Yeah. It's like, all right, I know you guys like playing like what I said.
Well, the shooter, man guarding the shooter was already in there before he released the ball. Robert Reed.
A little discussion going on here between our two officials, Bruce Alexander and Hugh Hollins.
What is that, a new move by Robert there?
And now Hugh Hollins is going to give it back to Bill Walsh. Okay?
Well, you want
another little conference here.
Let's take it to the UA. General Assembly. Have a vote. Very important here. And Bill Fitch has already signaled truce violation.
Casey says, I'll solve this. I'm going to put Larry back in the game.
Well, let him keep arguing. Gives Larry an extra minute on the bench.
Yeah. You see Hugh Hollins explaining now what is going on. I think he may walk up and chat with Bill Fitch, too. He's got all his towels ready.
Put his handkerchief back, though.
Yeah.
He carried a towel, but if he had the handkerchief out, it would have been a technical. They never did see him with the handkerchief. Bill Fitch has been bothered by a bad back for almost 3 months now. I mean, he's in constant pain, it's reported.
Fitch is all the way over the other side of half court, having a few words with Bruce Alexander. Let's get that coaching box in the NBA, John, huh?
Oh. Wasn't it something in that Michigan State game with the timer?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Coaching box. We should have grabbed the timer by the tie and yanked him up and said, turn the clock on.
All right, Bill gets another chance. Makes it this time. See if the Celtics win by 1. 46-40. Boston trails by 6 right now with 7:10 to play in the second. Here's the rookie Harris with Ainge on, looking inside. Elijah Wan falls down. Harris will try. That's going to be a foul. Elijah Wan hit the board.
Absolutely great blocking out that time by Larry Bird. He had contact and angled Akeem. Just watch Larry Bird now go right at Akeem and keep him away from the ball so that he could tip it away to one of his teammates.
And that's the third foul on Elijah Wan, which brings Jim Peterson up quickly to the scorer's table for Houston. Seaston's got his shot.
Yeah, they need some outside shooting to exploit that poor defense of the guards. Celtics don't have a penetrator. That's how other teams kind of beat this ball club, is penetrate against their guards.
Sampson is short. Walton a rebound. Picked off by Harris. The level is wide open. There's 10 points for Allen the level.
I'll tell you, Bill Walton is really mad at himself. Throwing that one away.
Harris high. Watches Bird go by. Finds Ainge open. Danny, a runner. Won't go down. Level gets the handle back and lays it up. That won't go. Elijah Wan. He is fouled. No. Offensive foul on Elijah Wan. It's 4.
Well, you see what happens when you push that ball up quickly. Elijah Wan, with his speed, was able to get right up there for that offensive rebound. Well, Bill Fitch, bring the hanky out of your pocket again. But watch Elijah Wan show up on the scene ahead of Parrish, get inside, and now just knock Parrish's hand away. And there's Danny Ainge fortifying that situation. He should be a lawyer.
Bird's free. Let's see what the Celtics do now if they're going to make a run. Reed traveled with the basketball before he shot it. Kind of coming apart here a bit for the Rockets. Larry pops out. Walton back door. Couldn't hold the pass, but it goes out of bounds off Harris.
Well, Larry really did a number on Peterson to shake Walton loose, only couldn't hold on to the pass.
Heck of a pass by Robert Parrish off the high post, too.
A little too much mustard.
Yeah, but you don't see the Chief making that pass a lot. Walton tracks down the rebound. Larry. Crowd wanted Bill to take a three-pointer. Nice play by Peterson. Second pass that has been picked off of Bill Walton.
Yeah, but Sampson did a nice job of knocking it away from behind with those long arms.
Reed tries again. It won't go. Long outlet pass. Walton's there. Can he get it? No. Bird got a hand on a pass underneath. Ainge slaps it away. Celtics are really active with their hands now on the defensive end. Sampson hooks over the double team.
Tell you, he's got that one down. He didn't come into the league with that one, but he sure developed it.
14 for Ralph Sampson. They go right back at him on the other end. Parrish, no. And that's going to be a foul on Reed, pushing off Bird for the rebound. But Reed not too thrilled with the call. Bill Walton's going to sit down. Kevin McHale comes back in.
Yeah, the two big men, Akeem and Sampson, have intimidated the Celtics big people playing in a low post. They've been kind of having their way in the Eastern Conference in that low post now for the last 2 months. All of a sudden, two guys that can block some shots. You know what's pretty interesting, too, is that on any penetration, the big guys are not going to the penetration, the Rockets. They're faking at the ball handler, coming down the middle, and they're letting him take the shot and running right back in and blocking out the Parishes and the McHales. Good defensive concept there.
Larry's got them both. DJ in, Seasting out. Boston back to their starting five. 4.5 to play here in the first half. Celtics within 4. They're trailed by 7 at the end of 1. Houston has led just about the entire game. Sampson again, a little further out. He nails it. That was a sweeping hook tee.
I can't understand just not getting to that double team quick enough. It puts the ball on the floor and still nobody showed up yet. And Robert Parrish is having his hands full stopping Sampson in that low post. He's got about 4 inches on him.
17 first half points now for Ralph Sampson. 7-point Houston lead. Bird wants to work on Reed. Finds DJ. Peterson came from the block. Ainge hits the jumper.
And look how quickly they're back at you.
Harris hangs in the air, won't go down. Sampson missed the follow-up stuff. Robert Reed misses outside. Parrish the rebound.
Sampson's getting a little tired right now.
DJ's pull-up won't go down. Dennis is having a tough shooting night.
Well, at least they stopped the outlet that time. Makes Sampson bring it up.
Sampson all the way and takes the jumper. Rebound pulled down by DJ. McHale's the free man. No, but a foul on Peterson.
Well, they just sandwiched him at the right moment to make him miss that shot. I mean, I thought he was going to get the hoop and the foul. Now, Peterson and Reed never knew McHale was swooping in till the very last moment. There's Kevin saying, why didn't I make that?
Scott Wedman is up again off the Boston bench. And Robert Parrish is going to get a breath here. That'll put Kevin McHale in the middle.
Well, this will be very interesting right now. The Celtics may be able to fast break this ball club. This is their fastest unit on the court right now. Perhaps the exception of Jerry Seasting being on the bench, but this is a very quick unit the Celtics have out there, and they probably go out and challenge a little bit defensively.
4-point Houston lead. 3:10 now to go in the half. Taylor's got Sampson. Level will try. Rebound Wedman.
Took the ball out of Sampson's hands, the double team.
Hugh Hollins. He's got a 3-second violation against the Celtics.
But in comes Lewis Lloyd, who's had himself a field day. Now, this is the real problem area for the Rockets. Lewis Lloyd or the rookie, Steve Harris, will have to be the ball handler.
Bird picks off the pass. 9th turnover. Wedman won't get down. Larry there for the follow. Got it! Harris will try. Sampson, the rebound, went down hard, and he is still down on the other end. DJ fouled on the break, and Ralph Sampson is still in a heap on the other end of the floor.
Well, his feet never hit the floor until his back did. They came right down on his back. Let's take a peek at what happened. There's the official, and there's Ralph Sampson, and look, he just comes down, and feet virtually don't touch the floor until his back does, and boy, he hit it square.
Sure did.
That's a hurting 7'4". Well, if they're fooling around with the muscles, it's not that bad. But that sure can knock the wind out of you.
It was scary. He really didn't move, and hasn't moved a lot from that position he's in right there.
He just
kind of rolled over.
And rolled over.
.2:15 to play here in the first half. A 53-51 Houston lead. The Rockets using an official timeout here. Now Sampson still not moving much, is he?
I don't think he's unconscious. It looks like he's talking down there. He is not moving. Wow. That was a bang. And the entire Houston bench up to see what's happening with Ralph. Bill Fitch very concerned.
It looked like he came down right on his rear end and the base of his back, but it was just such a flush landing.
Coming from that altitude, too.
What the shot could do.
He has not moved. His feet are moving just a little bit now. Talking to him.
Let's see if we can get another look at this.
Yeah. There's the rebound, and Sampson coming in and goes up for the rebound and never really does get his feet out and underneath him and lands square on his back. Wow.
That's the position he has stayed in right there. See him curling his feet up almost in a fetal position.
That was one of those ones you hate to see in this game, where a guy is totally out of control. Moving his head now a little bit.
Putting a towel under his head.
I tell you, I don't like what I'm seeing right now. They're calling for
They're getting a stretcher.
the stretcher.
Houston had led right from the very beginning of this game. The Rockets certainly were playing well. And they lost Olajuwon with 4 fouls. There's a close-up look at Ralph. You can see him nodding.
I think when you have a hit like that, I wonder if he's got any feeling in his feet. You know, sometimes the shock of the fall scares you.
It's been, what, 5-6 years you and I have been doing Celtic games that I can't remember a player being taken off on a stretcher. How far back do you have to go to remember someone being taken off?
Long time. Up to my coaching days, maybe, and then maybe in the beginning of my coaching days. That's a long time ago.
It's amazing the way these 7-footers go up and down the floor and everything they do. It's just amazing. You don't get more injuries.
Well, as they're worried about a little vertebrae situation here now. They're going to have to gingerly pick him up and get him onto that stretcher. They're going to be hanging off a little bit on the end of it, too. I don't think it's a 7'4" stretcher. Lifting him very gingerly.
Just hope for the best for the young man. All you can do like this. He played 235 straight games going into tonight, so he's a resilient athlete.
I'll tell you, he was having one whale of a first half.
Yeah, sure was.
And was a real deciding factor in this first half. I mean, he was the power for the Rockets. But him out of there, and it came with 4 personals. Granville Waiters looks like he'll have to take off his jersey, his jacket.
If we can see that replay again, I'd be really curious to. Yeah, well, let's see. That's a good idea. Our producer director Jim Edmonds is going to show it in real time here.
See if he hit his head too. It looked like he came down on his shoulders and then whacked the back of his head. We still have him practically in the same position that he landed and rolled to after the fall. Wow. He's moving his hands there a little bit.
He looks pretty out of it, though. Maybe he did get the head and just knocked him silly. I hope it's not a serious back injury, that's for sure. All right, so Ralph Sampson leaves the game with 17 points. His team up by 2 with 2:15 to play in what has been the longest first half of the year. But now the Rockets are going to have to get their minds back on basketball here.
Well, they're going back with Olajuwon, I think. Now, let's see.
He's got Peterson, Lloyd, Harris.
Olajuwon still has his jacket on.
I think McCray is going to come back in the ball game.
Who's going to play center?
McCray.
McCray.
It's not going to be Harris. It's not going to be Lloyd. Maybe Peterson.
Well, Granville Waiters is a backup center.
Chance to remind you this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Boston Celtics and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers on this broadcast are selected by Sports Channel and approved by the Boston Celtics. 2:15 to play here in the first half. Peterson is in the ball game along with Granville Waiters and Rodney McCray. Lewis Lloyd and Steve Harris to backcourt. And Dennis Johnson, who was fouled on the other end of the fast break that came after Sampson went down. He was on the floor for that entire time before anybody could get out to him. Will be at the line.
Well, you can't call a timeout until his team regains possession of the ball. That's in the rule book. Even seriously hurt player, and of course the officials, I don't think even recognized that there was an injured player until that foul had occurred, and they looked up the other end of the court, and there was Sampson down on the floor.
DJ 1 of 2, Celtics trail by 1. Lewis Lloyd now to be a big part of the offense, dumps it out for Peterson. Peterson wants it. Rebound to Steve Harris on the other side. And I think the foul is going to be called on Danny Ainge. Yes, it is. Try to get your word here at halftime on the condition of Ralph Sampson, who again, as you just checked in, just left this game on a stretcher after coming down hard on his back.
He did not move for a good 5 minutes, even on the stretcher.
McCray misses outside. Rebound Johnson.
The Celtics feel now that they've got somebody to pick on. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see the ball start to go to McHale a little bit. Or Waiters is going to have to take McHale.
Kevin will fire outside, in and out. Rebound, Wedman.
Good rebound. McRae had him blocked out. Wedman carved some room out for himself.
First Boston lead in a while, 54-53. Rookie Harris, Dennis Johnson will pick him up. Peterson now. Can't hit the turnaround. DJ controls the rebound from Harris and starts up himself. It's Harris on his hip. Wedman left open.
Yeah, the trailer man, fourth man up, wide open.
Celtics now have run off 10 straight points. Lewis Lloyd answers. 17 for Lewis Lloyd. Final 40 seconds now of the first half. Boston by 1. Bird, there's the backdoor play, and Peterson picks up the foul.
All right, how many times have we seen that play, Mike?
Twice a game for the last month, huh?
Unbelievable. There's DJ looking on, and they see Peterson has his head turned. He never knew where the ball was. By that time, what? Let's watch Larry Bird now, and Peterson's head, not knowing where the ball is, and it's much too late to find out, Mr. Peterson.
Larry never looks for the ball either. He made the free throw. He's got 18 points. The Celtics' biggest lead, 4. Lewis Lloyd answers again.
I'll tell you, Lewis Lloyd says, you guys better come out and play me. I mean, he's having himself a half, too.
19. 9 of 11 shooting from the field for Lloyd. That's going to be a kick ball. Larry Bird going for the loose one. Boston looking for the final shot here of the half. Bird backdoor, no. Trying to do it all in one motion. McRae walks with the ball with 4 seconds to go in the half. So the Celtics will get another shot at the final one. Bird deep. Ainge. Count it. Danny Ainge takes the rebound and knocks it home, and the Celtics are going to lead by 4. Bill Fitch is out at half court arguing the call.
I mean, Bird's shot was one step from out of bounds, and here's Danny Ainge taking a shot. I can't see. The clock was on, I think, just as the ball left his hand. Very close.
Celtics by 4 at the half. We'll be back. Buddy Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn, and we're just about ready here at about 9:30 for the second half of this game. A very, very long first half. Got started late because of the nationwide broadcast of this game and then the injury to Ralph Sampson. The latest word we have on Ralph Sampson is he has been sent to the hospital. Left right away as soon as he got downstairs, was taken to a hospital. They are not sure whether it's back, neck, or head injury, and we will be given word as soon as the Celtic office downstairs gets some word from the hospital on Ralph Sampson. Illegal defense is whistled right away against the Houston Rockets.
Well, coming out of the locker room, there's Bill Fitch not too happy with the illegal defense call. But coming out of the locker room, the Celtics prepared to go right at Akeem and try and get him to pick up his 5th or change the whole defensive strategy of the Rockets.
Bird plays catch with Parrish. He spins on Olajuwon and hits. Olajuwon playing with 4 fouls.
Will be passive for a while, so not a bad thought to get it to Robert Parrish.
McRae is out there with Peterson, Level, Lewis Lloyd, and Olajuwon. They go right into him. Bird is there in the double. And illegal defense is whistled against the Celtics.
I don't know who they called it on, but
neither this case.
Bird went right over as soon as Olajuwon got the ball and doubled him. You're allowed to do that. They called it on him.
Olajuwon hits the little turnaround on the baseline. Puts him in double figures with 11. He had 9 first-quarter points. DJ can't hit from the corner. McCray the rebound.
He's having a tough shooting night tonight, DJ.
Lloyd feeds off. Olajuwon's the trailer, and McHale will pick up the foul. Olajuwon, even with that knee brace, runs the floor well.
All they did was stretch some ligaments, but look at Lewis Lloyd. Look for that man behind him, Akeem, who he knows is going to be coming full tilt up the court. What an advantage to have a center with that kind of speed. I mean, we see Robert Parrish do it all the time.
He gets spoiled.
I shouldn't say all the time, but we see him do it frequently in a ball game. Olajuwon does it all the time in every ball game.
Boston's lead is 3 with 10:45 to play here in the third. Bird isolated again on McCray.
Right there, go, Al, go.
Level came on the double. Open man DJ. No place to put it up, and
Offense. Well, I'll tell you.
Dennis Johnson whistled for the offensive foul. I know when DJ puts that quizzical look on his face. And the Celtics get a delay of the game warning, too. There isn't much left to hand out here tonight, too.
A couple of technicals.
I'm surprised Bill Fitch has lasted as long as he had without one. Olajuwon, no. Olajuwon, yes.
Look at how he goes back and gets it. He is such a quick leaper after the shot. You almost shouldn't go after his shot. Make sure he just doesn't get the rebound.
Parrish answers.
Olajuwon still was up there trying to bother the shot.
10 points for the Chief. Level, pushing it back quickly. DJ picks off the pass. Olajuwon could have picked up a foul there, reaching in on Bird. That's a kick. Lewis Lloyd kicked the ball.
Soccer, anyone?
Yeah. It looked like Larry passed it off his foot. Watch Larry with the passing. Got him the first time.
Got him on the leg, and then a little side straddle nip by the toe.
Olajuwon the rebound of the Celtic miss. Inside Peterson, quick release. Bird clears.
That's where Bill Fitch feels that they don't have enough helpers at that other forward spot. Peterson coming off the bench.
Rodney McCray, they back right off him. And he throws it away, trying to get Allen Level on the other side of the floor.
Well, there we go.
Happy with the call.
Yeah.
It's kind of a funny game the way this is playing here in the third quarter.
Well, boy, there was great intensity in that first half until Sampson got hurt.
Yeah.
What kind of foot move was that, Rob?
It was interesting as well.
Do-si-do, huh?
Chief is 3. Misses the layup. McHale. And who's it going on?
Parrish is looking over saying, when am I going to get a foul going to the hoop, man? I mean, the guy...
Olajuwon. Number 5 on Olajuwon.
There's Peterson right into Parrish, and then Olajuwon on McHale. Well, Bill Fitch is saying, well, listen, guys, you know, just take the game away from us. He's trying to work on his integrity.
Olajuwon the rebound. Fitch is going to stay with him with 5 fouls and 8:50 to play here in the third. Level wants it. Volleyball rebound picked off by Ain.
See how long it goes before he fouls out.
And the foul will go on Peterson, who got Robert pretty good across the back of the neck.
Yeah, after the shot, which is what he did before Akeem got that foul, is Parrish way out in front of Olajuwon, who was on the front end of the break for the Rockets. And here comes Peterson after the release. Nice enough to try and hold him up.
Hit him and hold him, right?
Hit him and hold him, yeah. Safe to 2, but...
Tell me, Coach, what's going on here? Why is he going to play? Is he going to stick with Olajuwon at 5 fouls and 8.5 to play in the third?
He doesn't feel like going to foul him out. feels that he may have intimidated them. They're not going to win the game without him, so he might as well go for as long as he can play. They're behind.
Okay.
Good move. What else can you do? You can't, it's not like college basketball where you
Kill the clock.
got to play with the people.
McCray skipped back from out of bounds and nailed that rebound. That's the first basket of the night for Rodney McCray.
Old Lewis Lloyd giving DJ a little trouble.
Bird in the middle. Looks and finds McHale. Comes up with the loose ball and hits it.
Olajuwon smartly just let him take the shot.
Having a little trouble getting the handle, but once he did, he nailed it. Boston by 6. Olajuwon wants it. McHale got a piece of it.
He's got all those fancy moves, but he doesn't know whether the guy gets faked out or not.
Bird. Harris, the follow, won't go down. Kept alive. DJ's got it underneath. Finds Larry, top of the key.
Keep it alive. Keep it alive. And Bill Fitch wants a timeout.
20 points for Larry Bird. 7:24 to play here in the third. And Boston with their biggest lead of the night. They're up by 8. 72-64. Sports Journal continues its exclusive coverage of the Boston Celtics here at the Garden as the Celtics take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Join Tom and me Wednesday night, March 26th, at the Garden for all the live and exclusive action beginning at 7:15 with the pregame show. Good team, the Bucks in town.
You know, we're seeing a dandy. And here's DJ, gets the rebound in traffic. Everybody out of the paint. Allows Bird to get that outside shot. Give him an 8-point lead.
Jim Peterson throws it away, trying to get it to Lewis Lloyd on the sideline. The Rockets, of course, without Ralph Sampson, who went down hard on his back at the end of the second quarter, near the end of the second quarter, and he's been taken to an area hospital for X-rays, and it's going to be a goaltend on Olajuwon. Give the bucket to Bird. He's got 22.
There's Olajuwon making sure he doesn't foul. Good pick for Bird to get away from McCray, and there's the goaltending on the way down.
They clear aside for Lewis Lloyd. Bumps DJ out of the way, and an offensive foul is called.
That's an old Walt Frazier move. And DJ stays to the floor, doesn't go for any of the fakes, and little right shoulder into the numbers of Dennis Johnson.
Boston's biggest lead is 10, and they've got it right now. McHale just slapped the hand of Peterson away. Bird can't hit the runner. Out of the pack comes McCray. Quickly to level. Takes it in on McHale, and McHale blocked it, but got a piece of level 2.
Boy, they really get it out there fast.
Well, they do look to run. I'm really surprised.
This is that they've got some good speed here. It is level, and McHale has to get back. Doesn't quite angle him off totally. Give the foul to McHale, and get your hands off me there, rookie. He's not a rookie, second-year man. Even a second-year man, you can't put your hands on me.
He's a gopher, just like Kevin. They didn't play together at all, but they both went to the University of Minnesota.
I wonder if they belong to the same fraternity. That might have had something to do with it, too. Probably rival fraternities. Just a little mad at him, didn't he? Phi Beta, put your hands on him.
Yeah. Phi Beta Jocka. Bird got hit by a couple of people, McCray and Peterson. He'll be at the line.
Boy, does he do so much with that ball. Up fakes, moves you right to left, gets you thinking, overcommit, get off your feet. Bill Fitch, not happy with the game, but really can enjoy a good fake that Larry Bird put on.
Kevin McHale will go out with 15 points, and Bill Walton's in.
Bill Fitch into the Jack Ramsey School of Coaching, down on one knee because he can't sit on the bench. That bad back. Guess he says he may be operated on at the end of the season. Didn't dare want to chance it during the season.
Huh. He was aware of all that.
He's been in extreme pain.
His club is down by 10 right now, halfway through this third quarter. Olajuwon Bumping with Walton to the left of the screen there. McCray's looking inside for him. Now level with 5 deep. Bird carved out space and the rebound and gets it back from McCray to Walton. Stolen by Olajuwon. Good feed. Nice feed by Akeem off to McCray.
I tell you, Bird showed you how much of a competitor he is on that play. Even though they gave up 2 points, man, he was fighting all the way for that rebound.
Olajuwon picks off the pass, gets it out quickly to Lloyd. Got a couple of Rockets with him. Peterson's the open man. He found it. Couldn't convert. Olajuwon on the offensive board and puts it in. 18 for Olajuwon. 6-point game. Rockets without their star are really scrapping here in the second half now after a slow start in the third quarter.
Well, you know, they're playing more aggressive defense right here, and Olajuwon is the better of the offensive rebounders between the two big guys. Sampson the better defensive rebounder, but Olajuwon by far the better of the two on the offensive glass.
Bird's quick turnaround. Very good. Whoa. What are you going to do with that one, too? Watch it.
What McCray did. Well, got another one on me.
McCray trying to get 2 back. Goes out to Lloyd. Dennis Johnson will be called with the reach line. That's what it counted if it was down. DJ the foul, Lloyd to the line.
The orders are, I think, that DJ stay with Lewis Lloyd and not double team anybody, and yet that time he lost Lewis Lloyd.
Just had Lewis Lloyd at the line. Just had a note handed to us here. Report from Dr. Thomas Silva is that a contusion of the upper back and the upper head area to Ralph Sampson, a definite neurological loss in right leg, and a possible mid-back fracture. It does not sound good for Ralph Sampson. He's been taken to Mass General Hospital for a precautionary measure. It sounds like they do indeed need some precautionary measures there. Level the steal, takes it right to Bird and lays it in. It's a 4-point game.
I'll tell you, Casey Jones doing the right thing right now, calling a timeout.
4:20 left to play here in the third. Houston trying to scrap back in now. 78-74 Boston. Welcome back to the Boston Garden, everybody. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn. 78-74. Celtics are up by 4 with 4:20 to play here in the third. Ralph Sampson now at Mass General Hospital for precautionary measures because of what happened to him right here on this fall. Watch to the right of the official, and you'll see Sampson's legs go out from under him, and he came down very hard, flat on the back and also the back of his head. He has a contusion of the upper back and upper head area, definite neurological loss in his right leg, and a possible mid-back fracture. He is at Mass General Hospital. All that from Dr. Tom Silva downstairs. Bird for 3. Points now for Larry Bird. Make it 31.
Oh, Larry knows how to do it. And so does Bill Fitch. No, he wants a
22nd timeout.
22nd timeout to get his troops' heads together.
Again, the Rockets had made a little run, but Bird is squelching that as he's about to run off 6 straight all by himself.
Oh, what a great defensive play by DJ to make that steal. Here's Walton, saves it, gets it to Bird in the corner without a moment's hesitation. Up it goes and in. Beautiful, beautiful teamwork that time. Walton always alert. Now watch DJ just poke it away. Goes to Danny Ainge, who saves it. And up it went quickly to the Celtics the other end for another basket by Bird and a foul.
All right, Larry will be at the line looking for his 32nd point. Celtics by 9. Bird is 5 of 6 shooting here in the third.
You know, most of the other teams have penetrating guards that and the Celtics don't, you know, and I think that's why perhaps this Houston defense looks a little bit better than it normally does against some of the other teams I've seen it play. playing more perimeter defense than one-on-one against penetration.
Peterson can't hit the jumper. Olajuwon for 2.
Offensive rebounds. You just have to give up on the board yourself and keep him away.
He just gobbles them up, doesn't he?
It's just bloop, it's mine. Bloop, it's mine.
On the cut, there's Bird again. He tried to dish it off to Parrish this time.
Well, he waited for the whistle, figured he might not get it, and then made the pass to Parrish.
Let's see the Rockets over the limit. Maybe at the line. I believe they are. And Rodney McRae just fouled out of the game.
Larry Bird will do that to you. All those fakes, and as many times as he handles the ball, you are in for a good night's effort trying to defend Larry Bird.
4 points and 9 rebounds for Rodney McRae. 6 below his season average.
And that's not the quick forward of the other teams that come in here really have to hate coming into the Boston Garden because they got to play this guy. And he does a real number on your ego. You walk out of here and you say, did I ever think I could play basketball?
Celts by 10 as we hit the 3-minute mark now here in the third. Olajuwon wants to go on Walt. Does and gets a foul. 22 now for Olajuwon. As he continues to play with those 5 fouls and has played about the last 6 minutes now.
They're not doubling down at all on Hakeem. I think might be at his young and tender age, might not be able to find the open man if they started doubling him. The Celtics may just save that for when they need it most.
We'll see. 11 points and 5 rebounds for Olajuwon in this quarter.
Catch him by surprise.
And I think that's going to be a foul on Bird as Robert Reed got knocked down. He went down hard underneath. It's the first on Bird. Let's see if we can see it.
Trips over his own man's foot, really.
Yeah, he sure did.
Peterson, and they call the foul on Bird, and the outside man called it because he saw a body go down.
Peterson's little jump hook goes. First basket by Jim Peterson.
They're not going down and bothering those big people at all. They're going one-on-one, and they've got that one-on-one game down.
He's unable to hit. Rebound Peterson. 4 different Rockets have combined for like 74 of the 80 points they've scored tonight. The 4 being Sampson, Olajuwon, Lloyd, and Level. They don't really have a lot of offensive answers on this team, do they? Or do you think they do?
Yeah, I think they're all offensive answers. I think they got some good inside people to go to. And Level can hit the outside shot. I'd say the poorest part of their game is the outside shooting, but Level and Lloyd tonight have showed me that maybe you better reconsider that, but I'd still rather gamble on those guys hitting the outside shot than Olajuwon and Sampson scoring like they did in the...
Yeah. Don't seem to have anywhere to go. They're not deep.
You are ahead, and maybe you save that to catch them by surprise at a key point in the ball game. I'm sure Casey's got that in his bag of tricks.
Danny Ainge sits down with 6. There's Jim Peterson, who had a season-high 11 rebounds against the Celtics when they played down in Houston.
His rookie season, he was pretty impressive. Came in the same year as Olajuwon a year ago. And played an awful lot of minutes for this team, but is not really a consistent offensive player. And that's what Bill Fitch measures ball plays by. How can you score?
6 straight points, though, out of the Rockets here. Closed at the floor again. Ceasing pops out. Walton's inside. Little hook goes.
Well, they're back trying to attack Olajuwon. They're not going at him right away. It's kind of off the weak side. Some teams have a philosophy, go right at the guy in foul trouble. Other teams say don't change your patterns. It'll happen anyway. If he's going to foul, he's going to foul.
Robert Reed hit from behind by Scott Wedman. Scott thought he had ball. Looked like he might have got a piece of the side of Reed's head on the block.
Well, Akeem picked up his 5th personal foul. When? About the 4-minute mark?
No, about 8 minutes to go in the third.
Yeah.
4 minute. Okay.
Yeah, 4 or 5 minute mark. Still in the ball game, playing with 5.
He sure is. He scored probably 11 points since then.
Yep. And good basket. Still a couple of offensive rebounds.
Robert Parrish 7 points in this quarter, sits down. 13 on the night. Kevin McHale is back in. Houston is not a good free throw shooting team, even though they shot very well tonight. They're 4th worst in the NBA.
They're playing a lot better defense tonight than I thought they were capable of. But I think the reason for that is what I said earlier. Celtic guards really not penetrating guards.
DJ Short with the jumper. Gets it right back from Bill Walton. Olajuwon might have made him change that. McHale trying to keep it alive, and Level's got it. Quickly it comes to Lloyd. Seasting the near steal. Olajuwon gets himself up the floor and gets 2. 88-86. The Rockets just won't go away. Spunky little effort here by Houston, minus Sampson. Well, minus McCray. Olajuwon playing with 5.
Inside game of the Celtics not producing points. They're missing a lot of shots they normally make, and I think Olajuwon. And there is a delay of game and a technical foul on Kevin McHale.
Bruce Alexander just looking the other way, not giving him the time of day. Lewis Lloyd buries the tee. It's a 1-point game, and Houston will have the ball and a chance for the lead.
How many times have we seen a team lose a star from their roster with an injury, and all of a sudden dig down a little bit deeper and come up with a win? And that's what we're seeing right now, the possibility of that situation.
Boy, bad pass trying to get it to Olajuwon. Bumped by Lloyd as it came across half court. Celtics going to take the clock down a little bit here in the third, although Houston's going to get the ball back with about 4 seconds. Can't find McHale out of bounds. Turnover on Boston. 16 turnovers for each side now. Level. Olajuwon. Is going to do it. Hugh Holland came hopping out, but nothing was called. At the end of 3, 88-87, Celtics are up by just 1. We'll be back for the 4th in a minute. Welcome back to the Boston Garden, everybody. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn. We're entering the 4th quarter of the closest game the Celtics have been involved in a while. 88-87, Boston by 1. 44% shooting for the Celtics on 80 shots taken. Slight edge on the boards. Turnovers even and high, 16 apiece. And this is scoring by quarters. Rick Carlisle now in the Boston lineup. He's trying to stay with Lewis Lloyd. Robert Reed, deep jumper, and he nails it. 4 points now for Robert Reed. Houston by 1.
Well, now.
Scott Wedman got it. Scott now in double figures off the bench with 10. Seasting is going to pick up Level. Walton, McHale, and Wedman, the front line for Boston. Reed again, who's become an outside shooter now with the advent of Olajuwon and Sampson. Olajuwon's turnaround won't go down. Tracks down his own rebound. Lost it on the way up, but Lloyd gets it back. Triple team. Reed fires over Walton and hits. Kind of waited for Bill to get to him.
What a great rebound, though, by Akeem.
The
keep that ball for the Reds.
Wedman for three. Scott's got 13. 93-91 Boston. Cale's going to give Peterson a lot of room. Olajuwon wants it. Rebound to Wedman. Quickly to Carlisle. Bounces up to Seasting. Bill looking for a cutter. Finds Scott outside. Gets a nice screen from McHale. Nice give and go. Little pick and roll there.
Cal looking at Bruce Alexander saying, hey, Akeem came right underneath me on that shot. Wanted a foul. This is a period though, at a point of the ball game that the Celtics have got to take control.
Up quickly, Scott has had the hot hand. Ball out. Reed takes the rebound away from Level.
Don't let the game get away and let them climb back into it while his second unit is out on the floor.
Robert Reed wants to work on Wedman. Got him in the air and an offensive foul on Robert Reed.
Wedman right up there tight with Reed, made him put it on the floor. Reed, more or less nowadays, likes to take that outside shot. Coach is saying, make him put it on the floor.
Scotty got it.
Now Reed freed up his shooting hand as soon as Wedman wheeled back to his right.
7 of 8 shooting for Scott Wedman.
Yeah, Reed was in the dust. Good move by Wedman. Need those points, I'll tell you. The outside points have been few and far between for the Celtics tonight.
Level, a nice move to kiss it off the glass.
Bird was the only one that really hit that outside shot. The inside game has not really been as productive as we normally see it.
Redmond again uses a Walton screen this time. Bill's trying to fight his way through the screen. The foul is going to be called, I believe, on Reed.
The pick and roll. They didn't let him roll.
Let him roll. They sure did.
That's right. Watch here. Reed goes into Walton, bangs him. Walton tries to get out of the way, and there's Reed still holding him.
Steal by Olajuwon. Walton is racing with him. Nice move by Akeem.
He's a tired dude, though. His brace is broken.
Larry Bird is making his way up to the Boston scoring table. Picked off by Lloyd. The foul. Olajuwon making his way back over to the bench right now to get that brace fixed.
Celtics foul was on number 34, Rick Carlisle. His first personal foul.
Ranger Waiters is going to take off the warm-ups, and it's not going to be Waiters.
It's just a lazy pass that Olajuwon just timed perfectly. And then waits for Walton to drift by. I'll tell you, he's a pretty nifty player for a big guy.
Hank McDowell has checked into the lineup for Bill Fitch's club. Rockets with a chance to tie this trip. 7:50 left to go in the game.
Well, Celtics got their big horses in the ball game right now, but
Hank McDowell coming in with a nifty little hook, huh?
Saying mean anything to me, and now they're working on Olajuwon's knee brace.
And there's the steal by Peterson. Rockets can go up to Harris, the rookie. Reed's shirt. Brings it back out with 10 seconds on the shot clock.
He's assumed the role of floor leader since Lucas left the ball club.
Lloyd, 1 second on the clock. They didn't get it off. 24-second violation on Houston. Boston ball. Danny Ainge in, Jerry Seasting out. the Boston front court.
Celtics hoping to control the boards against this team and still get their running game going.
Scott, quick release. Got it.
And not take this man out of the game because he has got a hot hand, and it looks like they're going to need a hot hand to weather the storm here.
8 of 9 shooting for Wedman.
The offensive foul on Hank McDowell.
We've got a timeout on the floor. 6:40 to go here in the game. Boston by a deuce, 99-97. On Tuesday, April 1st, Sports Channel presents more exclusive coverage of Hartford Whaler hockey. Don Blackburn and Rick Peckham bring you the coverage live as the Whalers face off against the Buffalo Sabres. Join us at 7:15, beginning with the Whaler pregame show as the Whalers try to make a run at the playoffs. Exclusively here on Sports Channel. More word on Ralph Sampson. He never did lose consciousness downstairs. He had, however, said when he was on the floor, he had no feeling at all in his right side, which is why they took him off on the stretcher. Why he is at Mass General right now.
A remote possibility of a fracture.
Right. That's good to hear. Wedman's open again.
9 for 10. 9 for 10. And I'll tell you, Casey Jones milking his hot fingers for all their work.
Yeah, I guess so. Steve Harris, baseline. Olajuwon, and we've got a foul somewhere there, and Olajuwon will be at the line, I believe. Nope, not in the act of shooting as much as Akeem wanted to go to the line. Got a little signal with the hand there. Said, "I'm shooting it." Third on Kevin McHale.
Celtics have played virtually straight up defense, one-on-one all night long.
DJ just picks off the rookie's pass.
Well, that's what the playbook might have said, Mr. Harris, but DJ was in the way.
Danny outside. 8 points for Danny Ainge, who's been fairly quiet tonight. Hasn't taken too many shots.
Danny loves to take those shots when it's on the line.
Olajuwon wants it. McHale is called in a reach-in. Kevin thought he had all ball that time. It'll be 4 on McHale. Robert Parrish is going to come back in. Kevin McHale will go out.
Now you know why Bill Fitch didn't take him out of the game, right?
I do. I learned.
Right now he's gone about almost an entire quarter with that 5 fouls on him. You wonder why they don't go at Akeem. And as I said before, 2 schools of thought. Some say go right at him and make him face the ball every single time. What usually happens then, the team defense takes over and they protect the guy a little bit with double teams and what have you, and you get out of your own offensive rhythm. So in order not to destroy your own continuity, you don't do that.
Celtics are 7 of 8 shooting here in the 4th quarter, yet they only lead by 5. Houston continues to hang in here. DJ won't go down. Somebody got a piece of that.
He just had one of his poorest shooting nights in a long time, DJ.
It's going to be a foul on Dennis Johnson over the back of level. 4th foul on the Celtics here.
But as evidence of the fact that the Celtics have not taken it to the hoop, the Rockets have only got 1 personal here in this quarter.
The rookie Harris. Nice little move and hits the jumper.
This defense is breaking down.
Crowd looking for the Celtics to pull away here as we are under 5 minutes to go to the game. DJ really wants to handle his lines. He wants to hand in there. Backing his way in on Harris. Got him in the air. And a foul is called. A little late, but a foul's called.
DJ's working that shot. Hot hand or no.
He was 2 of 16 before he took that one.
I'll tell you, the guy that who had the hot fist, fingers, arm, and whole right side has been Scott Wedman. I'd be calling his number right now, or getting it inside to Robert Parrish. Let him take it strong against the King once in a while. And Mix it up a little bit.
Nothing is going down for Dennis. It's 2 of 5 at the line.
Long weekend for Dennis.
I guess so. Four-point Boston lead. Birds got Reed on a switch. Tough shot. Olajuwon trying to keep it alive and lost it out of bounds.
I tell you, Robert Parrish was so alert to trying to block him off the ball and still could not keep him off the ball.
Got a great sense for the ball, doesn't he?
Well, he just got that quickness, and you think you got him, and whoop, he's by you.
Bird alone on Reed. Spins through. I'm not sure what that was.
A double team that didn't double.
36 for Larry Bird and a 6-point Celtic lead. 4:09 to go in the game. Boston by a half dozen. Exciting thoroughbred horse racing comes your way all year long here on Sports Channel. That's racing from Suffolk Downs. 5 nights a week. See a complete recap of all the day's action, and that'll be coming up immediately following Dave Douglas on the postgame show tonight. So stay tuned for Racing from Suffolk Downs. Here's a nifty little move out of Larry.
And he's trying to go one-on-one on Reed, looking for the double, and McDowell gets down there, but not quick enough, and Bird splits it.
Big trip here for the Rockets with under 4 minutes to play. Olajuwon, and that's a nice play by Scott Wedman, who came in and got the ball on the double team.
Well, this is the time when it goes inside to make Akeem start thinking a little bit. All he's had to worry about is one defender. Maybe they're going to use that double team against him at the key point in the ball game.
Tap is controlled by Wedman.
Oh, beautiful. I mean, he went up there, knocked Akeem's arm, and then went and got the ball.
Hang time.
Not hang time. It's smart. When you get a big guy, that's what you do. Hit his hand and knock his hands away.
Parrish along the baseline for 2. Bill Fitz screaming for a traveling violation at the top of the screen.
They went right at Akeem that time, trying to get him to foul. Got the 2 points instead.
Boston now by 8. Celtics are on an 11-3 run after the Rockets had come back to tie this. Harris will try and hit again baseline. A couple of baskets perhaps.
I can't believe that Harris is in this ball game at this point. And Lewis Lloyd, who was going like crazy. A more experienced player, the key part in the game.
Bird again on Reed. Level came all the way across the court on the double. They go to Parrish, he'll take it.
Forced to take the turnaround by it because Harris went over there and harried him a little bit.
Level for 3. Rebound to Bird. Foul Harris. Kevin McHale in. Scott Wedman is going to sit down, and he should get a great hand from the crowd at the Garden.
I tell you, he, if anybody, would be instrumental in this win. What a job he did. He really cut those strings apart.
19 points for Scott in the game, 8 of 9 shooting. Celtics have 10 of 12 here in the 4th quarter. Good. Under to McHale. Misses the layup.
They've been missing those kind of shots all night.
Robert Reed. I mean, he was like 4 feet outside the 3-point line. 5-point game.
Wiggins has not played at all tonight, so Harris is kind of swept by Mitchell Wiggins, who was playing pretty well for them at the beginning of the season.
Bird spins away. Harris to follow.
Olajuwon had to respect the penetration, and Parrish right there when Akeem left him for the easy tip-in.
Houston wants a timeout. 1:53 left to go in the game. The Celtic lead is 7. 112 to 105. Let's take a look at that last hoop by the Celts.
You watch Akeem Olajuwon on this as Bird just whips off Reed. Olajuwon has to respect the penetration, and that leaves Parrish with nobody in front.
Was that a pass? That could be a pass.
No, he just tried to get it up there. If he put it up at the hoop, he knew if it didn't go in, Parrish is going to be there. Why just pass it? Had 2 chances to score.
There you see a Celtic win tonight would tie the all-time NBA home record of 33-1 set by the 1949-1950 Rochester Royals. Do you remember that club? When you were growing up?
I happened to be in grammar school.
I know that.
No, I was in high school at that time.
Do you remember that?
That was before television.
That's true, yeah. You didn't... Did you follow pro ball? I'm curious. Did you follow pro ball?
I used to follow pro ball when I was a kid in high school. I used to see the New York Knicks play. Of course, I'm from the New Jersey area. Not too many Celtic games on television in those days.
But today it's different, right?
Yep. Lots of Celtic games on television.
There you saw the bench points. Celtics with a 6-point edge, and Boston, as usual, dominating the front court scoring. But that a little deceiving tonight as Ralph Sampson left this game late in the second quarter on a stretcher with 17 points. And again, the reports on Ralph Sampson. He has gone to Mass General Hospital. He lost feeling in his right side, came down hard on his tailbone and the back of his head.
Well, one thing for sure, Mike, that this win, if the Celtics should beat the Rockets today, will not do anything to the psychology of the Rockets, who will have a built-in rationale for the loss, and that they did not have Ralph Sampson available. So, I mean, they played exceptionally well tonight, the Rockets, with and without Ralph Sampson.
McDowell, a three-pointer. That was long.
What is he doing in the ball game at this point?
No, I keep looking over there, Tom. He doesn't have any bench.
What do you mean I don't have any bench?
Well, McRae's been fine. McRae's
out.
All right, Lloyd can come in now.
Lewis Lloyd can come in.
All right, but that either Harris or McDowell is going to have to stay on the floor. One of the two.
What's the matter with Peterson?
Guess
Being a little extra banging on the board.
McDowell and Peterson. There's not a lot to choose from.
Got enough shooters out there right now, and Reed and Level and Elijah want. Look at this. Oh, beautiful. Oh, if he had handled it cleanly, McHale would have ended up with a layup.
Danny, quick release, and he nails it.
Let's take a lesson from Larry Bird.
10 points for Ames. Boston's lead up to 9 now. Houston needing points in a hurry, obviously. Olajuwon spins for 2. Olajuwon's going to finish this game knocking on the door of 30 points. He's got 29. And he didn't foul out. I know.
So much for getting them out to protect number 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to play with 5 fouls if you're a big man in the NBA.
Bird, the quadruple team, but they all came out. And DJ, it's just not going down for Dennis tonight.
DJ, after the game, immediately, I would get in my car, go home, get out, make sure the parking lot is cleared out first, though, because he's liable to start hitting things in the parking lot.
Rattling a couple around there, too.
Go home and go to bed, and don't read the paper tomorrow morning. You know? Just forget about the game. It's one of those things.
Given the incident with Ralph Sampson and the hot hand of Scott Wedman, maybe DJ just won't be asked too much about this one.
Be in the shower quickly.
24 seconds left to go. Boston about to extend their home winning streak to 24. Bird loses it out of bounds. Just a question of what the final margin is going to be here. A look at Bill Fitch. We will not see him again until next year. At least I'd be surprised if we saw him in the Garden.
Well, this is the team that's supposed to challenge the Lakers.
And the Rockets have taken an interesting timeout here with 14 seconds to go in the game, down 7. Fitch did not want the timeout, which he's explaining to Alan Level.
Yeah, taking Larry Bird lessons, but this Houston team may, without John Lucas, who you thought might have hurt him, they still have got 2 really good, fine big men if Sampson is able to play now. Nothing serious with this injury, we hope. I mean, they're going to cause a lot of problems in that Western Conference. All they needed to do, they got plenty of offense. All they need to do is tighten up their defense a little bit. They could have troubles with Magic Johnson, who will penetrate. And that's the type of people that I think they have difficulty with, penetrators. They turn them loose into the big guys, and as soon as the big guys, as we saw that one time, went after Bird, it turns the other big people loose. That's what Chicago did to him. Took it to the basket easily, made Sampson and Olajuwon commit, and just put it off the glass and let Charles Oakley and Sidney Green go for the offensive board and the tip-in, and it worked. They beat him bad out in Chicago.
I remember seeing you on a Saturday afternoon, T. And Lloyd is coming back out with Olajuwon, Harris, Level, and Reed. Bird, Parrish, Johnson, Ainge, and Wedman on the floor for the Celtics. Scott checking back into the game. And again, Scott had himself a brilliant game tonight. 19 points off the bench. And missed one shot and was 1 for 1 from three-point land. Goes into Olajuwon. Takes the fall away. Harris the board. Olajuwon chasing, looking for his last foul, and Bird just runs out the clock. And the Celtics have made it 24 straight here at the Boston Garden. The final score on a Monday night, the Celtics 114 and the Rockets 107. We'll be back to talk about it in just a minute.